Hello, everybody. Happy Thanksgiving. If you're not familiar with the holiday, it's essentially the story of the Pilgrims when they sailed from England to Holland, then eventually what will become North America. Also, this video is dedicated to my mom because she's sweet, smart, and is kind of weird at times. But that's why I love her. Quick heads up, if you do not want to hear about the church, anything about Catholicism or Christianity, you have the option to not watch the video or to just skip ahead to the part about the Pilgrims sailing to America on the Mayflower and the drafting and signing of the Mayflower Compact. If anything, please try to watch the whole video till the end, where I will give an explanation of this video. Just let me get my notes here in order. King James had the Holy Bible translated into English in 1611. Everyone in England was required by law to join the masses at the Catholic Church of England. The only people that had opposed this law were the Puritans, or more commonly known as the Pilgrims. The Puritans were given this name because they were purifying the Church of Catholicism and converting it to Christianity. King James heard what the Pilgrims' plans were, not attending the masses and to purify the Catholic Church. He signed into law to declare any Puritan service illegal and that they were to be imprisoned until they had stopped practicing Protestantism or converted to Catholicism. The Pilgrims had a choice over many years that they could either rot in prison for practicing what they had knew to be true, or they could leave the country and sail to Holland, which wouldn't happen until 1620. Some of the Pilgrims stayed in England while most of them had sailed to Holland and Amsterdam, where they could worship freely, live their lives in peace, and share their faith with non-believers in Holland. This did not work according to plan when the Pilgrims had arrived because they were rejected by the people of Amsterdam due to a truce between Spain and Amsterdam ending in 1620. The Pilgrims were attacked for sharing their faith, and the families had found out that their children were renouncing their faith for spending time with children and the people of Holland. They left shortly after, losing some of their fellow Pilgrims, and headed for Hudson's Bay. On the way to Hudson's Bay, the Mayflower was attacked by storms, and the people by sicknesses such as pneumonia was all over half the people on the Mayflower as they reached what would later become Massachusetts. William Bradford, who was leading the Pilgrims to religious freedom as well as freedom from tyranny, kneeled on the first rock he saw and prayed. The rock that William Bradford kneeled on to pray is known as Plymouth Rock. After the Pilgrims had made sanctuary on this new land, they began constructing their first town that they had named Plymouth, after establishing a democracy in the name of God with the first constitution called the Mayflower Compact that was signed by William Bradford and other politicians after. This was the first colony in America known as the Plymouth Colony. I just wanted to interrupt the video real quick for one brief moment. So this is an abbreviated version of what happened prior to the first Thanksgiving. If you want to hear the full story on something, I would recommend something on, say, the History Channel, or I could leave in the description a video that I watched before writing my own script about the Thanksgiving story. And I also left links in the description about the Pilgrims and them sailing to Holland and what happened in England, etc. So if you want to go check that out, you can. Now I introduce the first Thanksgiving in summary. After years of death, sickness, and misery, the Pilgrims were paid a little visit by a Native American Indian named Squanto. Squanto spoke excellent English and introduced William Bradford to their tribe, the Tisquantums, where they met the chief and made an agreement to make trades with the Pilgrims, like blankets for food and so on. Later on, the relationship between the Pilgrims and the Tisquantums started an excellent bond between the two peoples. Squanto continued to help the people of the Plymouth colony build their settlement, as well as show them how to catch fish to cure sicknesses and grow maize to make cornbread, which was commonly made by the Tisquantum tribe. One year, there was an overflowing abundance of food that William Bradford conducted a feast between the Pilgrims and the Tisquantums, and that this would be the first of many Thanksgivings in America. However, it wouldn't be declared an official holiday until 1863 by assassinated U.S. President Abraham Lincoln. That was the abbreviated story of the first Thanksgiving. If you stuck around until this point in the video, I can now tell my viewers the reason I decided to make this. I felt it was my responsibility to tell the true meaning of this holiday, and that it's not to tell you that it's about the food, or the pumpkin pie, or watching football. Nothing wrong with that. Everyone has different traditions. This holiday is all about being thankful regardless of the circumstances of the outcome of whatever's happening in your life or with your family. This is to remind even some of my family members that my mom's father or my grandfather, his ancestor, was one of the sailors on the Mayflower, and that's why we have English in my lineage. With that finally explained, I would like to explain what I'm most thankful for this year. I think at this point in modern history, I'm most thankful for my family. I love everyone, from my pets to my siblings, my sister-in-laws, and my nieces and nephews. Mostly, my mom, who sadly may be bedridden, but I love her just the same, no matter how or why she makes me cringe at a dad joke, or makes me mad for sending me to the store at 10 o'clock at night just for a bunch of bananas. I love you guys, and I hope you heard and watched this thing to the end. And to everyone else, have a happy Thanksgiving, and let me know what you're most thankful for this year down in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe. My Christmas video will release in a few short weeks, with us going into that time of the year once more. I will see you later, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.